The whispers started in the shadows. They spoke of a king, consumed by greed and madness. King Valus, they called him. His reign, a suffocating blanket of fear and oppression. For years our people suffered. We toiled under his iron fist, our spirits crushed, our hopes dwindling, but even in the darkest depths a flicker of defiance remained. We were the forgotten, the downtrodden, the remnants of a shattered kingdom. Yet, we clung to the belief that even the mightiest tyrant could fall. Then from the ashes rose Night, a beacon in the darkness, a whisper of hope. Night, a warrior shrouded in mystery, became our leader, our champion. He spoke of unity, of courage, of reclaiming what was rightfully ours. And so, under the banner of rebellion, we gathered. Farmers and blacksmiths, teachers and shopkeepers, all united against a common enemy. We were a ragtag bunch, ill-equipped and outmatched, but our spirits burned with an unquenchable fire. The fight for freedom was long and arduous. We faced countless hardships, tasted the bitterness of defeat, and mourned the loss of our brethren. But through it all, Night's unwavering belief in us never wavered. He taught us to fight, to strategize, to use our strengths against the enemy's weaknesses. He trained us in the art of stealth, turning our fear into our shield, our silence into our weapon. We became shadows, striking from the darkness, vanishing without a trace. Our victories, though small, were significant. Each liberated village, every fallen tyrant soldier fueled our resolve. We were no longer just a band of rebels. We were the Shadow's mercy, and we would not be silenced. The air crackled with anticipation. The final battle loomed, a monstrous shadow against the setting sun. Valus Keep, the tyrant's stronghold, pierced the sky, a monument to his cruelty. Its towering walls, manned by elite guards, seemed impenetrable, a silent mockery of our hopes. Fear gnawed at the edges of our courage, but Night's calm determination steadied our hearts. His voice, a low rumble, resonated with quiet strength as he laid out the plan. "Tonight," he said, his gaze sweeping over us, "we take back what is ours. Tonight we fight for freedom, for justice, for our children's future." His words were a battle cry, igniting a firestorm of determination in our hearts. We honed our weapons, the scraping of metal against metal, a symphony of defiance. We checked our supplies, each arrow, each bandage, a precious resource in the fight to come. The setting sun painted the sky in hues of blood orange and fiery red, a grim omen or a promise of the bloodshed to come. We moved like phantoms through the night, our footsteps muffled by the forest floor, our presence masked by the rustling leaves. The weight of our mission pressed upon us, heavy and suffocating, yet we dared not falter. We were the whispers in the night, the nightmares that haunted the tyrant's sleep. We were the storm clouds gathering on the horizon, and our fury would break upon Valus Keep with the force of 1,000 thunderclaps. Valus Keep loomed before us, an intimidating monolith against the star-dusted canvas of the night. Its sheer walls seemed insurmountable, guarded by watchful eyes and patrolled by heavily armed soldiers. But Night, ever the strategist, had anticipated their defenses. We were the shadows, and the night was our ally. Our ascent began in silence. Ropes, as dark and silent as our purpose, were flung, grappling hooks catching on the rough-hewn stone. We climbed, our bodies pressed against the cold, unforgiving walls, our movements fluid, practiced. The wind whistled a mournful tune, a constant reminder of the danger that awaited us at the summit. Each creak of the ropes, each clang of metal against stone, sent shivers down our spines. But we were undeterred. Our resolve was forged in the fires of oppression, our spirits tempered by years of suffering. We were the nightmares that haunted the tyrant's sleep, and tonight, we would become his reckoning. Reaching the battlements, we moved with the lethal grace of panthers. Our blades, honed to razor sharpness, tasted blood before the alarm could be raised. We were the whirlwind, a storm of whispered steel and vengeance. Guards fell, their cries choked by the night, their armor no match for our fury. The courtyard became a chaotic ballet of clashing steel, the air thick with the metallic tang of blood and the primal guttural screams of dying men. We fought with the ferocity of cornered wolves, our movements honed by desperation and fueled by righteous anger. But Valus's forces were many, their numbers seemingly endless. Night, a whirlwind of black leather and flashing steel, cut a path through the enemy ranks, his every move precise, deadly. His sword, a blur of silver in the moonlight, sang a deadly song, each note a life extinguished. He moved through the chaos, a grim reaper reaping his due, his presence inspiring hope in our hearts and striking terror into the hearts of our enemies. "For freedom!" he roared, his voice a thunderclap that echoed through the courtyard. His words were a battle cry, a beacon of hope amidst the carnage. And we echoed his cry, our voices blending with the clash of steel, a symphony of defiance that shook the very foundations of Vallis Keep.